welcome back to The Distressed Princess. I'm Rhonda. Today is episode 7 of my Christmas crafting series. These projects today are so quick and simple to make and will for sure make your home feel so cozy for the holiday season. And while I've got you here, let me just tell you what a great year this has been for me on YouTube, because all of you wonderful, wonderful people who are actually my YouTube family, I adore each and every one of you for watching and commenting and keeping me lifted up when sometimes the world isn't so sure. So I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for watching and subscribing and making me smile every time I read your comments. Thank you. I love you. Now, on with the Christmas crafting. The first project is using this chalkboard that you get at the Dollar Tree, which I think is a really neat thing for those baby pictures, but I'm not using it for that. I'm actually going to cover it with this really, really pretty wallpaper that you can get at the Dollar Tree right now. They have different designs and patterns, but this one by far was my favorite. The first thing I did was cut off the hanger, which is just a jute string, off of the chalkboard. I will replace it back at the end. And then I'm just going to peel off the backing of this wallpaper and stick it right down to the front of that chalkboard. And by the way, they're calling this wallpaper, but really it doesn't have the texture or the thickness of wallpaper. It's really just pretty much the same thing as contact paper, which is fine by me. It's pretty and you can get it at the Dollar Tree. So I am not complaining one bit. So it's really easy to work with. I know it looked like it was a little hassle getting the backing off of that, but it really isn't any problem at all. And sticking it down is a breeze. I did not have any air bubbles or wrinkles. The only thing that took me a couple minutes was trying to get it centered correctly. Then I got out my cutting mat and my utility knife and I trimmed around the edges. And since I covered up the holes where the hanger was, I wanted to add them back in. So I'm actually using a Cricut tool to punch through that paper so I still have the holes. You could use any instrument that you can find around the house that can poke through contact paper. I hung a wreath on the front of it, a nice wreath, I should say. I forget where I got this one from, but oh, it's got the good branches and it's got some tiny pine cones too. So find your best little wreath and hang it from a jute string. And I just secured the jute string on the back with a piece of duct tape. Now then, just add your jute string hanger back to the top so that you can hang it. And this quick and simple DIY is one of my favorites today. I have always loved these little white Bibles that they have at the Dollar Tree, and so I wanted to turn it into a nice Christmas decoration. All I did was add some frosty Christmas greenery that was from the Dollar Tree, a piece of burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and some little pine cones from the Dollar Tree. So this is a totally Dollar Tree project. I just hot glued everything in place. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that I did it so you can pick which one you like better. And this was the first version, and I wasn't sure about the size of the pine cone. I thought it might be too big for the little Bible. And I also was sad that my burlap ribbon was covering up the golden words on the top of the Bible. It was on the side, on the binding, but it was covering up the Holy Bible on the top. So then I decided to take everything off and switch it in the other direction. So now I'm wrapping my ribbon around at the bottom of the Bible, and I'm gonna have to cut some of that off. And I hot glued it all back in place and replaced that large pine cone with the smaller ones. And I added a white sheer ribbon bow, and the ribbon also came from the Dollar Tree. And I really think that I like the second version better, but you let me know in the comments which one you like better. Hey there! Yeah, you! If you like our video and you like hanging out with us, then don't forget to give us a like and leave me a comment. I like to answer you back. And this way, if we have more engagement, then my video gets pushed out to more and more people, and we get more people in the Distressed Princess community, and we can all learn to craft and DIY and hang out together. I bought this thing a while back when the Dollar General was having a clearance sale, and I got it at half price for $2.50, which was such a steal, but I didn't know exactly what I was going to use it for. Now I do. It's going to be a stocking holder. Now, if of course you can't find this at your Dollar General, they don't carry them anymore because it's a different season or whatever, you could absolutely do this project with a regular piece of wood and just buy these Farmhouse hooks. You can find them on Amazon. I'll link them down in my Amazon store so they'll be easy for you to get to. I wanted to paint this piece of wood, so I had to remove my hooks first. Then I slapped on one coat of my Rust-Oleum chalk paint in linen white, and when I say slapped on, I mean slapped on. I wanted this to look rustic. I didn't want it totally covered. I wanted the brush strokes. I wanted some of the edges exposed. I wanted this to not be perfect. Then I worked on the wooden snowflakes that I'm going to decorate it with, which these snowflakes came from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use my Waverly Antique Wax and a baby wipe to stain them. Then to make them look snowy, I dry brushed a little of that white chalk paint around the edges of the snowflake and just a little tiny bit in the centers. I replaced the hooks onto the wooden board, and I hot glued the two snowflakes in between the hooks. And now I have a cute place to hang my stocking so Santa can go ahead and fill it on up. Do you ever have leftover candles that you didn't finish getting burned before the holidays were over and you kind of got tired of it and just put it away to come back out next year, only to realize that it's just really not that cute and it doesn't really match your decorations this year? Well, I'm going to show you how to repurpose those candles. Well, actually, you're going to burn the same candle. You're just going to cutie pie it up so that it'll match your stuff. There's a few different things you could use. I just happen to have this wine bottle cover from the Dollar General store, and I liked that furry top on it. But you could also use a microfiber cloth that is from the Dollar Tree or one of their Swiffer mop pads would probably also wrap around a candle jar. And if it didn't, you can use more than one. Just hot glue it around so that it all lines up. But I only paid $1 for this wine bottle cover, and I have that black and white check fabric to use for another project, so win-win. I'm using a seam ripper to take this apart so that I'm left with just the white furry top that I want for my candle. If I were to cut it with scissors, I'd have to try to cut really, really close and not let the black and white check be seen, because there just wouldn't be a way to cut it so close to eliminate it completely. So that's why I'm using a seam ripper. And the white fur piece was really snug to get fit down over this candle, but hey, I made it work. On the sides, there were these little holes where the drawstring was for the wine bottle bag, so I just hot glued those shut. Then I decorated the bottom using one of those new pine cone garlands that they have out at the Dollar Tree. And you could dress this up even further. You could add an ornament, you could keep going with it, but I wanted to go for simple, so I left it just like this. Have you seen this idea before, where you take these paper bags and you glue them together and it makes a large snowflake type star kind of ornament? Well, I saw Miguelito over at Miguelito's DIY do this. I liked the way he did it, and I'm going to expand upon it though, but I will link in my description box his original video for this so you can check it out. He does really, really nice work. So what you do is take 12 of these brown paper bags. Of course, you could use white as well, or any other color that they make, I suppose, but I'm using brown because that's what I had. And you glue them together just like this. You do make it like a T, and you do the bottom of the bag facing up, and then the bottom of the bag facing down. And then the next one will be facing up, and the one after that facing down. 12 bags. Then you think like you're making a paper snowflake, and you want to cut a point in the end of that bag. But fair warning, cutting through 12 paper bags with the scissors I have was no easy feat. So make sure you have some really sharp scissors. Then you want to cut out a piece on each side of the bag. Now this could be a circle, it could be a square, it could be a triangle, or any kind of pattern that you would like to put. And I went with the easiest thing I felt like for me was just to do a triangle, which will be a diamond pattern when this is opened up. And instead of trying to do it with my scissors, I used my utility knife. Now you add your hanger, which is just a long piece of jute string, and you'll run a line of hot glue down the center, and then you want the jute string to come out the pointy end. So make the excess jute string come out on the pointy end of the paper bag. Then run another line of hot glue along the center and open it up, and then you can attach the two ends together. This makes such a really pretty rustic decoration just like this, but I wanted to see if there was anything more I could do to it. I always like the look of white chalk paint on brown craft paper, so I decided that I would sort of paint this chalk paint all along these, I'm going to call them petals, like this is a flower, but it's really not a flower. It's really not a snowflake. It's more like a star to me. So anyway, I'm painting lightly. You don't want to get too much because you don't want this to get too heavy, but I lightly painted my white chalk paint all around the outer edges of this decoration. And then I swiped some of that white paint in toward the center. After I put the paint on, I noticed that the center didn't want to stay together so well, so I put a gob of hot glue down in the middle so that it would stay stuck together. After that, I began to wonder if I could light this up somehow. So I got some fairy lights out and began to think, how am I going to attach a battery pack to this thing that's made out of paper? I decided to use a piece of paint stick that I already had cut off. It was just the right size for a battery pack to sit on. And so I hot glued that paint stick to the back side of the ornament, which I made sure to put a lot more. Even after this initial hot gluing that you see, I go back and put a lot more to make sure that it truly stays stuck. Then I used the Velcro style command strips to attach the battery pack, because you got to be able to get that battery pack off and on to change the batteries. So I wanted it to be able to come completely off of the decoration. So anyhow, that's how I used the command strip. And here is where I'm putting extra hot glue between that paint stick and the paper bags to make sure everything stays in place. Then I just ran the lights up through one of the holes in the bag, and I wasn't able to weave in and out of the holes because it's just not set up like that. When you make one, you'll see. So what I did was I sort of went around the outside, weaving over under each one of the points of the star. Yeah, points of the star, that's what I'll call it, not petals of the flower. Now let's take a look back at all our Christmas projects today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.